Good morning, Larson Halleck here with another riveting video rant about whatever topic I've got in my head as of late. If you follow the memosphere, the hot trending topics, you've probably heard about a little app called MakeApp. It's a cell phone app designed by Russian Aishat Gabrelyanov that purports to be able to use a filter on a woman's photograph to remove the makeup and reveal her au naturel skin. It can also add a made-up filter to photographs, and all in all, this filter can be applied to both men and women. Doing a bit of research on the topic, the app uses an algorithm to wash out the color of the photograph, and in particular remove color from the standard makeup target areas like the eyes, the cheeks, the lips, so it's not 100% accurate, and Gabrelyanov Gaspadin does not claim that it is. It's a simulation to give a rough idea of what you look like without makeup. So far, it just seems like another dumb face-changing app in the mode of something like Snapchat. So what's all the hubbub about? Women hate this app. Why, you might ask? Of course, they're saying it's misogynistic. And of course, blue checkmark Twitter leads the way. It's blamed on masculine resentment of women, mistrust of women. Bearing in mind, of course, that I am an evil penis monster, I find this fuss over an app to be pretty ridiculous. I mean, you might as well be getting mad over the Snapchat dog face thing that all the thoughts use. Oh wait, but, the guy's Russian who made this, so obviously he's some kind of horrible Orthodox church father Putin apparatchik, am I right? Anyway, let's cut through all the bullshit and see if we can find out why these women are really mad, and whether or not it's a legitimate anger. And yes, I am claiming that these women who are complaining have to be judged as mature adults rather than have their words taken as blanket gospel, treating women like individuals. What a terrible thing I've done. As you might expect, consent comes into it. How dare you take our makeup off without consent? Again, this is an image editing app. To keep going back to the Snapchat well, I hate to keep saying this point, but this is really like demanding consent to get the dog filter. Another complaint, and in my opinion, a much more legitimate one that these women have, is that there's an idea that women put on makeup to trick men, and they feel that this app is embodying that old stereotype of women and is thus offensive. In other words, it wants to destroy our self-esteem, so it's BS. Okay, so discussing makeup, is it not deliberately accentuating and exaggerating your natural traits? So if you are of a cynical mindset, which I'm not, couldn't that be interpreted as a lie? Again, not to say that I necessarily feel it is a lie to enhance what you have, but it's not any less of a lie than, one of those men's t-shirts that cinch in the waist and expand the shoulders. Without going into too much detail, allow me to surmise what's the real issue behind this outrage. What this reveals is that for all of their don't judge my looks, beauty is a myth preaching, women still want to look good and maximize their sexual attractiveness. Also see Saylor's Law of female journalism. They are arguing that this app reinforces male-enforced standards of beauty, which is to an extent true, but that ignores the fact that it's not heterosexual men that design fashion and makeup. Another example of how women's chains are often put upon them by women. Also, notice that in polls, a plurality of women, close to a majority, 48% to be exact, they agree with the idea that makeup tricks men. Yet again, the narrative ignores this to focus on male-on-female alleged oppression. And you know what, to an extent, I'm going to be a softie here and say I don't blame them for being mad. One writer I've read was savvy enough to say that makeup and fancy dress are like an armor and battle rollout, and to be stripped of it against your will is essentially being disarmed. That's fair enough, and I appreciate that she admits that. Physical attractiveness is an extremely important thing for both sexes, but women more so, I feel. Naturally, the chattering classes completely miss this, as they are usually wont to do. Refinery here has a spectacularly tone-deaf example of this, where the woman admits to using phone apps to enhance her looks, but MakeApp is BS for some reason, not involving the fact that she doesn't want her sexual attractiveness reduced. Women are afraid of their sexual dominance in the modern Western world taking any sort of hit, and considering how overwhelmingly powerful they are in the sexual marketplace, to borrow a phrase from losers, it is somewhat understandable they don't want to lose their power. So, ladies, I ask you to check your privilege. I'm Larson Halleck, and that was my opinion.